So for those of you who are unaware, I don't know how you could be unaware at this point, but Amber Heard in an op-ed for the Washington Post accused Johnny Depp of both sexual and physical assault during their very short-lived marriage. And Johnny Depp called BS and sued her $50 million in a defamation case, and now that case is coming through. We've seen therapists testify to Amber's condition and many of the lies that she's told, security guards, personal assistants, people who worked with Johnny Depp himself talking about some of the lies, including defecation in his bed. Unbelievable.
You know what? On that alone, I think Johnny Depp should just win this whole case.
Here's the $50 million.
Just so take it. Nobody wants to hear anymore. Yeah. Just end it.
And we spoke yesterday on the program about how a lot of this is theater and a lot of this is entertainment. And again, the more salacious, the better. And we're upping that threshold. Yeah. But I want to talk about this from a feminist perspective. We saw the whole #MeToo movement come through with the idea that all women are meant to be believed. Believe all women. Believe all victims. Believe all stories. And now we're seeing that, the negative aspect of that, and on a massive scale with A-list celebrities. Here is some of Amber Heard's testimony. Now remember, both of these individuals are actors. I would posit that one, the biological male, he's a better actor than this one. But let's watch this, and you tell me if you think it's a performance, if you think it's real. And here is her testimony of the first time she had ever had a physical altercation with a one Mr. Johnny Depp.
And he slaps me one more time. Hard. I lose my balance. All of a sudden, realizing that the worst thing has just happened to me that could possibly happen to you, I realized that I wish so much he had said he was joking. Because it didn't hurt. It didn't physically hurt me. I was just sitting there on this carpet, looking at the dirty carpet, wondering how I wound up on this carpet and why I never noticed that the carpet was so filthy before. I just sat there thinking, how much time do I have
in your
to
house,
figure
girl.
out what I need to do? Because God, did he just hit me? No, I didn't want to leave him. I didn't want this to be the reality. I didn't want to have the man I was in love with. I know you don't come back from that. You know, I'm not dumb. I know you can't hit a woman. You can't hit a man.
Did you know that you can't hit a man or that you can't hit a woman? Because we've seen footage and we've listened to audio recordings of you doing and saying the exact opposite. And I just love the moment of, I sat and I didn't recognize how dirty the floor was. And I remember thinking in the moment after he hit me, the floor was so dirty. It's like she thought, okay, if we make this play out like a movie script, people are going to believe exactly what I'm saying. And I'm saying this because I've watched hours of this testimony now, not just this little clip. And she sits and she talks in this exact temperament, this crying. Not a single tear rolls down the old face.
Heard. You know, I'm just going to say, Mal, I'm a little bit mad at you because I was avoiding watching Amber Heard fake cry as hard as I could because I knew it was going to piss me off, and I'm a little bit annoyed right now because, you know, if the acting was believable, I would have been like, okay, but you're completely right when you say that with her. The floor was dirty. I'm pretty sure, and again, this is my own personal opinion, but if somebody slapped me in the face, I would be like, wow, the floor is dirty.
Right.
It's not what I would be thinking in that moment. And Amber Heard is like a verifiable psychopath. I think we've all seen that. Again, that's my opinion, the correct opinion, but my opinion nonetheless.
Right. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Allegedly. Of course. Thank you. But I feel like this just really confirms just how much of a lie, alleged lie, this all feels like it is.
Yeah, it's serving Hallmark. It's giving me Lifetime vibes. We're going to continue watching and see if it improves at all. Do we get a tear?
And I wish I could sit here and say I stood up and I walked out of that house and I drew a line and I stood up for myself.
She's trying.
But
she's trying.
He starts crying. And, you know, like, I had never seen an adult man cry.
Huh? In your how many years of life, you've never, and in the acting business, you have never seen an adult man cry.
She's never seen it.
And she didn't know a man could hit a woman. She knew that it was bad for women to hit men.
Men actually don't have tear glands. Well, I thought that until this testimony right now. Men can cry?
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. I think we'll watch the last little bit of this and then we'll start talking about this a little bit more in depth.
He's crying. Tears, just falling out of his eyes. He gets down on his knees and he grabs my hands and he's touching my hands and he's saying to me, I will never do that again. I'm so sorry, baby. I put the f***er away. I thought I killed it and it's done. I thought I put the monster away and I've done it before. It's done. I didn't say anything. I made a point to not say, oh, it's okay or anything like that. I just didn't say anything. I got up, I went to the car, I sat in my car, and I felt like I sat there forever. I didn't want to turn the key. I just leaned my head up against the window.
She's very good at giving the emotional details of the story, so you feel like you were there. You feel like you went through this experience with her. If only she could just turn up the acting a little bit.
You're totally right, though. She really is painting this emotional picture. She was like, the glass was cold on the window.
Yep.
I remember it like it was yesterday. So horrific.
It started to rain as I was driving, and I looked out the window, and the rain represented the tears that never fell down my face as I testified.
Ooh.
Never.
Maybe she was just severely dehydrated that day. She forgot to drink a bottle of water so she could remember to cry.
Johnny deprived me of my water during my marriage, and I haven't been able to get that back in my life. I haven't been able to drink a glass of water since he left.
I am so scared that I forgot how to cry.
Yeah, and we might sound like we're being brutal right now, but if you've followed this story and if you've listened, like I've said, actually listened to some of the videos and some of the audio recordings of Amber talking to Johnny Depp and saying, I didn't slap you, I hit you, I didn't punch you, I hit you, and I'm gonna tell everybody, and I'm a woman and you're a man, who's gonna believe you? They're not gonna believe you if you go and tell everybody what I did to you. And to get up here and then try to paint this new picture of everything that you've done, she severed his finger.
Yeah. People were pointing out, too, that she was doing this weird thing where she was matching his outfits.
Yes.
Which
Saw it.
people were saying was like psychopathic behavior. These were therapists that were saying that.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
But this has been such an interesting trial, and I think the importance of it, because many people are like, this is a distraction, it's not important. It is important because this is toxic femininity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it represents what is the underbelly of some of these feminist issues that we try to talk about and then we get canceled for because you don't support women, you're not supporting women. This is what happens when you tell one section of society that everything they say and do is right and they should always be believed, and you could never be toxic because toxic only applies to your masculine counterpart.
Right.
It is never you. You are always the victim in this whole situation. It's always patriarchy, and you're the one who has to fight. But this is how a lot of them fight. They lie, and they push through a narrative that's false, and then they get caught in it, and then they're like dogs cornered.
Yeah, it's really sad to see that Amber Heard was even allowed to do this because I didn't realize either. I was a big fan of Johnny Depp back in the day, and I guess, I don't know if I stopped paying attention, but I didn't even realize that his entire career had gotten canceled because of these allegations.
Yep.
I didn't realize that he got dropped from like Harry Potter and Pirates of the Caribbean because of these allegations. Yep. And so the fact that Amber Heard was able to do this, the fact that in America you are guilty until proven innocent and your entire life can be destroyed over this.
Right.
We're not in a good place, guys. We're really not.
We're not. He's never going to get it back. He's never going to get back the life that he had before. And even if he did, it's through airing out every single bit of dirty laundry.
His whole reputation is tarnished now. Yeah. Because even to some people, forever in their eyes, he will be a wife beater or a woman beater.
Yes.
So it's unfair and it's horrible that we've allowed this to prosper, but welcome to America in 2020.
Yeah, and as two women, let's take this opportunity to talk about that because apparently we're the only ones who can talk about these female issues and #MeToo or whatever. There's going to be, I think, a massive influx of men going, I was wrongfully accused and nobody's ever going to hear me out. And that's all they're ever going to know. And for the women who abuse this idea that you should always be believed and accuse men of things they did not do, I don't know what should happen to women like that, but something not good. karma needs to circle back on them, because those men will never get their lives back. They'll always be seen. Even if you take it to court, you sue them for defamation and you win, people remember the beginning part. People remember the accusation.